I think it's pretty safe to say that when we examine the Skywalker saga, specifically the sequel trilogy era by Disney and Lucasfilm, is that there's a handful of Star Wars fans out there that really do not enjoy The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker to its core, and that a lot of this all had to do with the incompetence of Kathleen Kennedy as the president of Lucasfilm, of course, everything running Star Wars. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about the new Star Wars universe that, by the way, is currently under major development as we speak by the new Disney CEO Bob Chapek and Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, over at Lucasfilm behind the scenes, and this new Star Wars universe is going to include new books, comics, novels, video games, and even movies and TV shows to come that are all going to interconnect with each other in a similar pattern to the MCU. Now, that's Disney's plan, is that they want to create an MCU for the Star Wars universe, essentially calling it an SWU, if you will. And to me, I think it is very ambitious. It shows us that Disney has goals and that they have dreams for the future of Star Wars, but at the same exact time, I feel like that Star Wars is not Marvel, so as long as they stay away from how Marvel feels in Star Wars, and if they just keep the format of connecting films and TV shows together, I think that'll be okay. The only thing that I would not be comfortable with is if these new Star Wars movies and TV shows, etc., will actually feel like Marvel movies, if you guys get what I'm saying, like the tone of everything related to the MCU. The concept of it all, though, I think I'm really much on board for, because it kind of gives you an idea of what's to come next and how it all connects. Now, with that being said, what's really intriguing about this is, of course, that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with the Skywalker saga, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe, that will introduce a brand new mythology to Star Wars fans. Now, it's noted that the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, is making many changes over at Lucasfilm in order to provide a different take on the Star Wars franchise and to provide a better future for the brand. It's noted that one of the major changes as of right now has to do with Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy, and that Kennedy is said to plan to leave Lucasfilm sometime later this year of 2020 before her contract is actually said to end sometime in 2021. And that Kennedy wants to leave Lucasfilm and the Star Wars brand entirely. It's explained that the new Disney CEO has 3 different candidates in place and will make the big decision sometime in Q4 of 2020 this year, and that Kathleen Kennedy plans to leave before 2021 and step down as the president of Lucasfilm and all things Star Wars. This decision is said to be a big one and something that will actually truly change the Star Wars brand as we know it, given that Kennedy no longer has creative control on any of the current Star Wars projects in the early development phase. It's likely that Kennedy is not satisfied with the changes in her creative control over specific Star Wars material such as movies and TV shows for Disney Plus and more. This massive shift over at Lucasfilm is said to also be something that will change how Star Wars will be handled drastically in 2021 for the entire Star Wars universe. So, the great thing about all of this, the fact that Kathleen Kennedy wants to leave Lucasfilm, we talked about this a couple of days ago, but the fact that she wants to leave this year is a big telltale sign that, of course, major changes are going to be coming our way sooner than we thought. Now, the thing about Kennedy leaving Lucasfilm and leaving Star Wars, and how the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, has 3 candidates on board to replace Kathleen Kennedy already as we speak. I think the main reason as to why Kathleen Kennedy is waiting it out until later this year of 2020 is that she is very much busy with the Indiana Jones film, and it seems like that is something that she really wants to work with, and wants to work with Harrison Ford. So that's one thing. She does have creative control, unfortunately, for the Indiana Jones movie, which I think is going to be a disaster, to be honest, because Steven Spielberg is not on board, and I can only imagine exactly what it's going to be like, but we'll have to wait and see. So everything related to the new Star Wars universe, the fact that Kennedy will not be involved, and how she is actually said to be leaving Lucasfilm sooner than we thought, and this all has to do with Kennedy's pretty much big decision here to really just leave Star Wars in general and to perhaps focus on something else, either in her career or just retire, pretty much in general. Now, the thing about Kennedy, when you look at The Last Jedi and you look at The Rise of Skywalker and how she drastically changed Episode 9 and really was the one who caused all the reshoots and the rewrites and really cost Disney a lot of money. I will really admit here that it does cost a lot of money to do those reshoots and to really do all those rewrites and changing scenes out and putting new ones in. That costs a lot of money, and given that The Rise of Skywalker only made a little over $1 billion at the box office, you can only imagine how much of that really went into marketing and, paying the actors and stuff around those lines. So, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.